And we are on. Thank you for joining us today on Something Nice with Dinano. We already see you in the live chats. Volta, we see you. Greetings to you too. We also see you, Chimk Truth Corner. I must say it's the first time I'm seeing you. We see Sirael. Sirael is greeting us. Let's go. Chimk, we see you. Truth Corner, welcome. We also had Tato Matsimela earlier on, King Matsimela. Jerusalema Ikaya Lami. That means Jerusalem, my home. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We see you, all 30 of you that are with us right now. Let's get going. Many of you said you want him back. We made sure we bring him back for you. I also promised him that today I will give him enough time to do his presentation with very little interference on my part. You are here. You are on the live chat. You will call me to order. If you feel like I'm interrupting, just say, Dinano, shut up. We see all of you, and we want to welcome our guest, Brother Yishai Hofer, author of Rico in the Holy Land. Hello, sir.
Hey, good evening, is it?
Yeah, it's good evening. It's evening on my side. My time
Right.
right now is 5:15. We're a couple of minutes late. Let us apologize for that. How are you, sir? How are you, Mr. Hofer?
Hey, I'm doing well, very well. How are you doing?
I'm tired, but
Oh my goodness.
we make a
We just got
commitment
started.
and we do this thing. And we are here to do it. Today, I'm going to stick to my word. We're going to give this 90 minutes. So my time, it will be 6:15. At 6:45, we call it a night here. You'll probably call it a morning or a day. But let's get right into it. Will you please pray for us, Brother Ishai?
Sure. Everyone, please pray with me. Dear Father, Most High, Father of Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham, we have sinned against thee. We ask your forgiveness for our sins. We know that it is this reason that has caused the distance between you and us as a nation for what we've done in our past and those that have gone before us. We ask now that we come to you fully repenting, that you would turn your face towards us once again. Fulfill the prophecy of the new covenant, that is, to write your word on our hearts and to pour your spirit upon us so that we will walk in your statutes and commandments. Be with us as we embark upon this forensic study of your word so that we may understand that we are the partakers of the covenant that you have promised your son Abraham. To you be all the glory, honor, and praise. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Brother Ishai. We are getting a lot of people interacting in the live chats. We have Chimk Truth Corner. Looking forward to another interaction with Brother Ishai. Volta, we see you. Greetings, Dinano. Sirael Heita Daso. That's a greeting in South African. They call it Tsotsital.
What did it
LT
mean?
Heita is just hello. Da,
Oh,
there. So is so. Hey, you there. That's basically what it really
hey
means, really. Yeah. It's ghetto ebonics. It's tsotsital. We call it tsotsital.
there.
So a tsotsi, by the way, is a okay, I nearly said a skelem, which is also another South African word. Uh, for a lack of a better word, I'll call it a crook. it's street. It's street language. Street language. Okay.
Mhm.
LTJC, blessings to you all. Greetings from Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome, LTJC. We also see Henry Kimati who's saying, hello there. I'm grateful people are being opened to this thing of Israel being in Africa. I was shown in a dream that Abraham resided in Botswana even the time he fought for Lot. We also see Hadassah Sikani Salama, Ezekiel saying Shalom. We have Actual Israel, Shalom family. And then we've already shown the other ones. We have Titilayo. Promise to keep you in check, Dinano. Please do. Sinetemba Mpanza just became a member. Welcome, Sinetemba. We truly appreciate you supporting this ministry, like our guest, Brother Yishai Hofer. Those contributions that you give to us on a monthly basis are truly appreciated. John Abrams says, good morning, my people. Morning, sir. It's evening here where we are. Hello from Guyana via New York. The last time,
Guyana.
yeah. You want to say something about Guyana?
Oh no, no. I just so I was sure that was what I read. Yeah.
My loud
Well,
mouth
well,
got me informing people here. All this time, I thought Guyana was an island. I recently found out when I saw a documentary on YouTube that Guyana is actually off the northeast coast of South America.
South America, right, right,
And there are actually two Guyanas. There's French Guyana, I
right.
don't know if it's still there, and then there's the one that was colonized by the English.
Hmm.
But I knew it from the Jim Jones story from those mass deaths. Was it in the 70s or 60s?
Yeah, the late 70s, I believe.
Okay. We also see a regular here. Yishai, do you know this gentleman? Kofi Elise, a brother from Ghana who's now in North Carolina. We see you there, Mr. Elise. Shalom, brother Dinano from North Carolina. And then we see Moses Maikeleni Tembo. Afternoon, my elders. I am not an elder, man. Brother Ishai is an elder, not
You
me.
must be talking about me.
And then we have Andre Ottilie. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome, Andre. Brother Ishai, let's get into it.
Okay.
I interrupted you a lot the last time. The people were not happy with me interrupting. So now I'm just going to let you do your presentation so that people can get satisfied. I did
Okay.
let the people know, though, we are not a sermon or a lecture or a church. We are a platform where we like engaging and interacting with our guests. I get carried away sometimes. I know, let me apologize, but it's just who I am. Brother Ishai has very interesting information. Let us allow him to get into it, but he gave me a memo before we get started. We need to read the synopsis of his book. His book is available on Amazon. The name of the book is called, do you want to say the name of the book, Brother Ishai?
Sure. To the registrar of the International Court of Justice, and the subtitle is RICO in the Holy Land. RICO's the legal acronym in the United States for racketeering um, and racketeer influence corrupt organizations is what that RICO stands for.
Just explain what that, okay, you've just said what RICO stands for, but what does it
Right.
entail? Is it an organization that oversees or the running or, I don't know, the adjudication of such organizations? I don't know. Please explain it for us.
Okay. Uh, so basically, racketeering influence corrupt organizations is a crime that involves multiple players and it's known as a enterprise in fact. Um, which, say, for example, um, I create a gas shortage, and then I'm the person that solves the gas shortage for monetary gain. That's called a racket, right? So it exists on all levels. Um, my book has to deal with this crime that's going on an international level. The enterprise in fact organizations are the Catholic Church, the United States governments, the state actors, the British government, the state of Israel, France. Uh, they're on one side of the lawsuit, if you will, and the persons on the other side of the lawsuit are those people who are claiming to be Jews, um, that um, are not so scripturally. Those people who are actually the true children of Israel, who don't realize that they are the true children of Israel because they are in a spiritually induced coma. So the book takes a real keen look at how there's a racket that's going on a global scale. Um, but yeah, I think you should have the synopsis at the back of that book if you read that.
Let's
Just to get
go
you.
straight to it then. The synopsis reads: presented as an official application. Okay, rather, let me start from the top. To the Registrar of the International Court of Justice, RICO in the Holy Land, by Y.M. Hofer Ben Yishai. Presented as an official application instituting proceedings before the International Court of Justice, this groundbreaking book initiates proceedings against a deception that has shaped global conflict for centuries. The world has long accepted a false inheritance, a territory seized and justified through through manipulated scripture. But what if the land at the heart of global conflict was never promised to those who claim it? And what if those claiming it aren't even the true inheritors? And what if it isn't even the land that was actually promised? Through forensic legal analysis and irrefutable historical evidence, this indictment exposes 1. How sacred texts were deliberately distorted to fabricate a divine land claim. 2. The coordinated enterprise of state actors, religious institutions, and financiers profiting from perpetual deception. 3. The systematic erasure and licensing of the true children of Israel, stripping them of their heritage. This is not merely a book, it's a legal reckoning before history's highest tribunal. You are the jury. Will you accept the truth? That's what it says.
Very good. Um, Looks like I'm frozen on your screen. Am I frozen? Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
it looks like it. I can hear you, but it looks like your picture is frozen. Continue talking. I don't know what's happening. Maybe you're struggling because you're trying to open some things on your screen. I do not know. But carry on. Let's see how far this takes us. And if we can't really see you moving, we'll maybe take out your camera. Okay, actually, let's do that. I'll try to take out your camera, but do your presentation. Let's see what happens, Brother Isha.
Let me stop sharing first,
Okay.
and then
Then let me
let me.
let me try something here. Maybe I'll go to myself and then I'll come back to you. Hopefully this will restart everything. No, it's not working. I think you should get out and come back again. I
I
seriously
promise
don't
you
know.
that.
Hold on. Wait, let me see what's happening here. Nah. Okay. I'm gonna close you out and then just come back again.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you everyone for being here. We're just having a technical glitch. We will bring Brother Yishai back. We truly appreciate your presence here, all 61 of you thus far. This is how we're going to do it today. We're going to allow Brother Yishai to do his presentation for about 25 minutes with minimal to no interruption on my part. And once he's done with that, we're going to allow him to interact with you. We will be sharing the link where you can use to call in and ask him questions. Those are the questions we will entertain. We will project some of your comments from the live chats, some of them, not all of them, but we encourage you to call in. If you call in, you come through, you have to have your camera on, look decent. We are not allowing any calls without the camera on. I know some people have an issue with this, but this is a decision we've taken, and that's how we are going to do it. Anyone is welcome to come and ask their questions, challenge Brother Yishai on what he's saying, affirm what he's saying, or raise questions on what he is saying. This is your platform. I am the host. Brother Yishai is the vessel that has been given to us today. We truly appreciate your presence. Do what is necessary to make this video go viral, and do what you need to do to support this channel. We've got our channel members, about 32 of you. Those are their names. They have been supporting this platform for the past couple of months. We truly appreciate that. You can also do your part by also liking the video and sharing and commenting. They say that helps with the algorithm. We also acknowledge everyone that is here with us. We see our first super chat of the day from Abantu Lady. Thank you very much for your $20 super chat. We also see your interactions. Let's keep it modest. Let us respect each other and let us stick to the topic at hand. Brother Yishai is back. He's just trying to sort out his camera there so we can go on. I will add him on this side and then we'll allow him to just go ahead with his presentation. Let us go to him. Brother Yishai, I'm coming to you as you're trying to fix your shot. Let me add him here quickly so that you can see that he's back online. We had a technical glitch there. Welcome back, Brother Yishai.
All right. Thank you. It seems like the delay is with my computer,
Okay,
so I'll be joining you from my actual phone.
that's fine.
Sorry for the delay.
That's fine. I think we might have an issue with sharing what you want to share then on the phone, correct?
That may be what's going on as well too. Can you see me well?
I think, yeah, we can. Yeah, that will have to work for now. If you can
Yeah.
just move it slightly to your right, pan it to your right just a little bit. Your right, yeah. It hasn't really moved. To your right, Brother Yishai. Are you able to do that?
Yes, I have to move my computer around.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, that's okay. Let me not be petty. Let's go ahead. That looks fine.
Okay.
Gospel choirs, we should see you in the chats. Another supporter of the channel who's a channel member. I would love to hear Yishai's take on where Jerusalem is as addressed by your last interview. Hopefully, he'll be able to do that. Show your face, come, call us, and engage Brother Yishai live. Brother Yishai, it is now over to
Yes.
you. I will give you your time to bring forth what you need to bring. While you do that, I will also go through some of the old comments from your last presentation so that we can also raise those with you. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Um, I want to start off again by saying um, leading with two Bible verses that are very, very important. Um, the very first one, as far as um, your viewing audience should be concerned with, is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64 in particular.
Should we read
Because,
it?
yes, yeah, feel free.
Okay, let me just add you here because now you've changed your connecting device. There you go. We've got you there. So let's read that scripture to be our premise for this conversation today or this presentation. So it is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Right. That should be at the top of our list whenever we begin to look at who we are, why we are in this spiritually induced coma that we're in right now. That is the verse right there. We've been scattered to more than 54 countries. I'm probably, I think it's 59 countries from the mother continent. And we are in a land where we are serving the gods of our captors. Okay. Um, then the other verse is Revelation chapter 12, verse 9.
Let's read Revelation 12, verse 9 then. Let me just find it here. Revelation 12, verse 9. Thank you very much to everyone who is joining us today. We truly appreciate your presence as we try to get this scripture going. Revelation 12:9. You said, Brother Yishai, correct?
Yes.
Okay, here's Revelation 12, verse 9, also being read from the King James Version. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
So, yes. So, in the religious world, this has been in our Bible since the Bible was written. But no one thinks that the Bible is talking about them when the Bible says the whole world. And I want to emphasize that the devil has deceived the whole world, not just Gentiles, not just reprobates. He has deceived the whole world. And as far as we're concerned, those of us that are the children of Israel, we are worshiping the gods of our captors. And who are our captors? So if you find yourself being a Muslim or in the Islamic faith as part of the African diaspora, the only thing that you're stating is that you believe the Messiah is Muhammad and the Arabs were your slave captors. If you believe in Jesus and you're calling yourself a Christian, what you're saying is that your slave captors were Christian. So basically, we know who caught you based upon the religion and how you're serving and trying to reach the Most High. That's very important. Okay. Um, and again, I want to lastly quote um, author Mark Twain, who says it is far easier to fool someone than it is to get them to recognize that they've been fooled. So my whole strategy is trying to get us to wake up out of this spiritual coma. Um, Isaiah chapter 49, verse 6 is another foundational premise that we must be aware of as we go on through this journey. um, Essentially, the prophet Isaiah is telling the children of Israel that they are the light of the world and that they are going to bring the Gentiles to the Father. However, this has been transformed. The oppressor has come to the light and has told the light that they were Gentiles, and that in the Christianity's sake, that we too can enjoy the salvation, which is antithetical to how Isaiah the prophet put it in the prophecies. So that is where we are right now. And so with that information, I want to take the understanding of geography, which is probably the single most important element of understanding God's word, is understanding the geography as well. You have the geography, it's in the Bible. He's given details about the hydrology, how the water systems flow in that area, whether there's going to be plenty of rainfall in that area. Are there hills? Are there mountains? Are there valleys in between? What's its adjacency? Is it on the coast near the sea, or is it neighboring another city? The Bible gives all these intrinsic evidential clues about the geography. And I was reading in one of the comments where someone stated that the location doesn't matter. But I submit to you that the location does matter. And the reason why it matters is because we need to know where the locations are so we know where the people are to which the covenant was made. The reason that we're so twisted in the world religiously is because we don't know where the people were to whom God made the covenant with. We have to know where Egypt is, or as one of your persons just asked, where's Jerusalem? We need to know where these places are so that we can understand who are the inheritors of the covenant, which is going to be very difficult to do because so many of us are in other countries now. So we're kind of disoriented. So that is why we need to go back and find out what the geography is. Once you understand the geography, it will rewrite your theology. All right. So that is what I'm doing with the geography. Wanting to put to rest once and for all this whole notion of the Levant. Some of you, if you don't know what the Levant is, that's where the modern day state of Israel is. You have Lebanon, Iraq, the Negev desert, what have you. Some people even consider it to be part of Egypt, modern Egypt, is the Levant. But if you read the geography and the intrinsic evidence in the Bible, and again, I'll go over this word again, the intrinsic is what the Bible actually has written. What is the Bible trying to tell you about the location of the places that is talking about. Um, Before we read the Bible and we read about all these places and all these strange places we've never been to, God put all of that in the Bible for a reason. And it is up to us as we're studying to find out what God is trying to tell us. And we do that by using just the text itself. That's called the intrinsic evidence that we're using. Then, after you find the intrinsic evidence in the Bible, you can't get intrinsic evidence from anywhere else but in the Bible. Then you want to examine extrinsic evidence, maps, histories, and things like that. And that information has to at least match what the intrinsic evidence is saying in the Bible. And that is what we're breaking up. That's what's going on right now. We have a bunch of places that are carrying biblical names. But when you go and research the land, you find out, we're missing trees. This doesn't look like a land flowing with milk and honey. Or, I can go on and on with all the uh-ohs. But basically, whatever we find in the land that we're saying is the biblical land, it has to match what's in the Bible. Okay? So that brings us to biblical Egypt. Once we understand where biblical Egypt is, we come to the conclusion that nothing in the Old Testament, or I shouldn't say Old Testament, in the Hebrew Testament, nothing makes reference to anything in the Levant. We're looking at several verses. Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. In the King James Version, let's read that. This is very important. And this, again, this is the attempt to eradicate that confusion about where the Bible is talking about. Is it talking about the Levant, or is it talking about someplace further south?
We're going to Genesis 13, verse 1, you said, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. 13, verse 1.
I'm trying to get into this view here. Okay.
Okay. Reading from the King James Bible. And
Yes.
Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south.
Right. Into the south. Into the south. Now, this starts the journey and the traversing of.
Hold on. Did you move your camera? Now you're out of focus.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Sure.
This starts his path, Abraham's journey. It gets started. When Abraham leaves Egypt, before he has his chosen generation, he leaves Egypt and he travels south. If Abraham leaves Egypt traveling south, then this place called Israel that was created in 1948 cannot be the promised land or the Holy Land or anything else, because it's in the wrong direction. You're leaving Egypt, the modern day Egypt, and you're going north to get to that region. Exodus chapter 3, verse 8.
Let me just interrupt you here. Here's a question, Brother Yishai.
Yes.
It's
Wait, wait.
coming
That's all
from
right.
a regular. It's coming from a regular, Kofi Elise.
Okay.
Can you see it there? Does he bring new evidence or presenting what he has said already?
Very good. I will be bringing new evidence. Um, I am kind of, and I guess that kind of question means hurry up and get on with it. I just want to back up over some things because of I'm reading all the comments that I'm getting from the shows that I'm writing, and I want to make sure that I address these things in a pedagogical manner, that is step by step. So I'm going to move a little faster. So keep up with me. And those of you that may get lost, feel comforted that this is a video and you can always go back and rewind and find out what I was saying. Okay. Thank you for
Just
that.
remember, because I think they are sensing that we are moving at a slow pace. Gospel Choirs is also say, Dinano, I hope you have allotted 3 hours for this session. And no, we have not. We have allotted 90 minutes for this session, Brother Ishai. So
Yeah,
bear that in mind.
he's very tired. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and the host is tired and rightfully so. So I'm going to speed through this. Okay, so I'm going to speed through it again. And so if you have questions, you can ask them later. The Levant has absolutely nothing to do with the scriptures, based on Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. Um, then there's the Hebrew word called Negeb, Negeb, or as it appears in Genesis chapter 13, verse 1, Ha Negeba, which has to do with moving towards the south. It says that in the King James Version. It says it in the New King James Version. It also says it in the Luther Bible, which was printed in 1544, I believe, and also in the Dutch Staten Vertaling and in the Roman Synod Bible. All of the Bibles before 1948, before the 1948 creation of the State of Israel, they all use that word Negev to mean the South. However, in some of these newer versions, you find that word capitalized as if it's a place or a region. That is anachronistic. That's out of order. That was done after 1948, after they created what was called the Negev Desert. It did not exist during biblical times. Um, so we talk about Negev. Genesis 13:14 proves that beyond any doubt. We have the words in Genesis chapter 13 and verse 14. We have all of the cardinal directions in that verse: north, south, east, and west.
Let's read it. Can we?
Yes, very good. Yes, yeah, feel free.
King James Version, it reads, And the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, Lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward.
Very good. So the words northward, southward, eastward, and westward. For the word southward is that same word, Negev, that is in Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. It means south. And even in those translations where they're trying to do the switcheroo on us, they use the word south there, but when they want you to understand or to give credence to the idea that the state of Israel is somehow magically um, the state that's mentioned in the Bible, then they decide to substitute the words. So they break the consistency. The consistency is this: the Hebrew word Negev means it's a cardinal direction meaning south. No matter how you cross reference it throughout the Bible, whenever you see that, it's talking about the south or the south of something, but never a place name as you find in some of these other passages. Okay, um, so my next puzzle to this equation is finding out where biblical Mitzrayim is. Okay, biblical Egypt. Right now, we think Egypt is in the northeast part of Africa. That's what a lot of our maps says. And if you look at the maps from way back in the 1500s, you'll see that they have Egypt way in the upper right-hand corner of the map. If you are fortunate enough to look at some of the maps, however, that are being created by the Dutch, you'll find out that the Dutch, going through a period of the Reformation, that is, they were breaking away from the Catholic Church, they started to rebel against what was being taught with the Catholic Church. So on some of these maps, I have some to share with you, but I can't share on my computer, so I'll probably try to see if I can find you the links to those. So while we're asking questions, these maps have two Egypts on it. We have the Latin
we
Egypt.
definitely have to see this one, Brother Yishai. Try to share
Okay.
with me, even in the private chat, and we'll see. Let me just send you a private chat, and you'll be able to send it there.
Okay.
And this is very interesting. You are saying these maps show two Egypts.
Yes. And while we're talking about this, make sure I come back and touch upon the word about the Boers, Boers.
Oh, those are the people here that took over this
Yes.
land I'm staying in, and they are still in control of the economy. And those
Yes.
in the know say they are in control of those that are in the political office. Okay, let
Yes.
me note that.
Yes.
Come back to the Boers. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now,
Yes.
the Boers, for those who don't know, are the descendants of the colonizers that came from Netherlands, Dutch descendants who stem from the arrival of Jan van Riebeeck in South Africa in 1652. They are said to be mostly farmers, and I think a few of them are now coming to your country, Brother Yishai. They have been given political asylum by Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look for those maps, and then we'll come back to the Boers.
Okay. Here's I'm trying to see if I can get this map. Oh wow. Oh, okay.
And another supporter of the show, Supermodel Society TV, whose interview is coming soon on this program. I hate the name show. This is not a show. I think it's a platform. She says, yes, please share the names of those maps showing two Egypts. That's what we are trying to show here, Sister Jermara. Thank you for joining us. We see all of you in the live chats. We also see our controversial brother, who we hope will join us soon, Detroit Trey TV. He says Boers. And then there's Israel, who I think deliberately calls them Boers. Okay. Brother Ishai.
All right. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see if I can. Oh, I'm going to send it to your email because I can't.
That's okay. That's okay. Send it to me via email then, and then we will touch on the Boers then.
And I'll share the links to people as well. I do have these links for those of you who want to support my work. It's in the actual book. These links are reply, but I'm going to. I'm happy to share these with you freely. I just sent it to you. Just let me know if you have it.
Okay, let me just refresh here and see. It's quite slow. Okay, let's get into the Boers then. What's the issue with the
Okay,
Boers
good.
as I try to open these maps on my side? By the
Okay.
way, I've received the link. I've got it. Let's touch on the Boers and then we'll go to the maps quickly.
Okay, very good. You know, we have a lot of people that are proponents that the state of Israel is the Israel that God intended in the Bible. when emphatically it is not. And that is why some of my lessons have, well, some of my talks have been so long, is because I was trying to educate the audience on naming conventions. Um, they're called toponyms. Um, the first one I was saying was an endonym. An endonym is what you call something, like if I ask you what is your name and you say, oh, I am Dinano or Dinano, that means you are telling me the name that that you have given yourself. If I say, yeah, that's D-Dog, I have just given you what's called an exonym.
Okay.
I've assigned an exonym to you. You will be in a mall shopping somewhere, and someone says, hey, D-Dog, you won't respond because you have no idea who D-Dog is. Someone just decided to call you D-Dog because I'm from the United States, and, dog is a term of affection over here, right?
Yeah, even here in Jayam, my dog.
Oh, okay. Out of all the animals.
We are all
Okay.
the same.
So,
Black people are the same wherever they are.
yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. So now
Exonym.
here's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So when we say Israel, we're saying Israel just because someone named a place on the map Israel, a place that was actually Palestine, part of the Ottoman Empire. 1948, well, 1917, you have uh, Bafar reaching out, trying to get a land for these people who are called the Wandering Jews, or I better not call them as gypsies, giving them a homeland. And in 1948, the Balfour Declaration was passed, and they gave it that strip of land, and they called it Israel. Years later, they started calling the desert below it the Negev Desert. Um, then on the maps, they have Jerusalem, and then they have all these other biblical names in this region that were all assigned. Most of those names were assigned after 1948. Now, we're wiser than to just sit down and let someone change the name of something and we say, oh, well, that must be the place. What we aren't questioning and what they don't even bring up in the media is why. I don't know if you have a map of the world. I need you to see if you can go to googlemaps.com.
Okay.
I want to show you something very, very interesting.
So we're starting with the Google Maps map instead of the
Yep.
one you've just sent, right?
Yeah, let's start with that one first, because yeah, that's going to drive the point home
Okay.
for the audience.
I'm opening it on Google Earth. Is that fine? Should be the same
Yes.
thing, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Where
Yeah,
are
if it
we
makes you
going to?
happy.
Which part of the world are we showing here?
Go to the Netherlands.
Okay. Let's go straight to it. Let's beam it here. We are going to the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here's the Netherlands.
I'm going to know his geography. Yes. Very good. Now, zoom back out so we can see the rest of the globe. So we can see Africa. Oh, not that much. Go back in a little bit further. Oh, no, I don't want to see it that far away.
Okay.
Yeah,
Should we go in?
good. There it is. Yeah, go ahead. Now, remember, now, I see from where you are, can you point to where the Netherlands is without zooming in? Just point where it was again?
I think
Right
that's
there.
where it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just above
Now,
Germany and next to France.
right. That's where the Netherlands are. Now, just go all the way around the globe to South Africa.
This is where they supposedly landed in 1652.
Yes. And they won't leave. First of all, what are these white people doing down there?
So the story
Has
goes,
anybody?
they were going to get some
Yeah, I know
spices.
the story. I know the story. Oh yeah, we're gonna be the halfway mark between here
Yeah.
and India for trade. Um, that makes sense if they go down there and then they go back home. But they insist on being down there so much to that they had a war with England over this African land. And nobody is saying anything about it. In the Orange Free State,
Let's
which is
just
now
give
part,
context. Sorry, Brother Yishai. This war that the Boers had with the English was called the Anglo-Boer War. So if you just go
yes,
to any search engine or an encyclopedia and say Anglo-Boer War, you'll be able to get context to what Brother Yishai is talking about. By the
yeah,
way,
and that's
they were
Anglo,
fighting.
Anglo,
Yeah,
pardon,
the,
Anglo hyphen BOER
yeah,
war.
they were fighting for different parts of the country because this side wanted control of the greater part. And I think after that, there was a treaty, an agreement. I can't remember this. I did this in primary school, which is over 20 years ago. But that's what they were fighting
Okay.
over.
Now, can you imagine somebody coming into your house who
Wait,
was not supposed to be there,
brother Isha, here's
and then
something
somebody else?
important. Here's
Huh?
something important. I'm getting to being my old self now. Yasha is adding something. And they are still threatening to create their own country and separate from modern South Africa. There's a movement here that says Cape Independence. I think that's what Yasha is alluding to. Carry on.
Yes, very good. Right. But
Imagine
they're not
someone
saying why.
coming to your
But here's
house.
the problem. They're not saying why. Well, I should say they're not saying why openly. I'm going to tell you why openly, and it has to do everything with the map that I just sent to you. Um, would you be so good to just play that map that I sent you,
Okay.
so we can keep? I'm going to put the context, and I'm building the real big project here, so we can see what's going on right under the nose of the whole entire world.
I've already sent a message saying the lines are open, so people can start calling in. We've got that pinned message. But let Brother Ishai just explain these two Egypt issues here on this map. I think this is the map. Is this the correct map?
Yes, it is.
I'm already seeing it. I don't know if I can
Yeah, I'm
zoom in
trying to get to it.
further. Yeah, I'm
I'm
zooming in
trying to get to
further.
it.
This is okay.
Very, very good. Now, I want you to pay close attention to how that word there is spelled, right? You see how that word is spelled?
Egypto.
Egypto. That is the actual Greek spelling of Egypt. Egypto. Okay? Now let's go up to the way up to the high to the northeast part of the continent and see the word Egyptus.
Okay, I see Egypt here. Egyptium or Egyptium.
Yes.
Where
We'll
about
go a
are we
little further
looking?
down. See right there, EG, right there on there. Yeah. See where there's an EGYP, and then the TUS is down below it. So you have to kind of
Oh,
skip through all the things.
yeah,
Yeah.
here. Oh,
So
okay.
that's the,
EG. Let's just show the people. This is Gyptus. Yeah. Is that
yes.
what you're referring
So
to?
that,
Okay.
yes. That's the Latin version of Egypt. Okay. Now, the Boers, in their very cunning way, recognized and put Egypt closer to the equator on this map. So that there's another map I have here as well. Hang on, let me see if I can get to it real quickly, and I'll send you the link to it.
If you are here for the first time, welcome to Something Nice with Dinano. But we know we have our regulars. We already see them engaging on the live chat. Thank you for being here as we have invited Brother Yishai Hofer back to explain further on his claims that allude to biblical Egypt not being in this area that we are told it is in on our current maps. He says it's somewhere further down south, but if you look at this map, you already see that back in the day with these old maps, there was Egypto, which was labeled somewhere here in Central Africa, and then there was also a place called Egyptus here on the northeast side of Africa. We are opening the line so that you can engage him on what he is presenting today.
Okay, very good. And I sent you another map. Another map. One was by a cartographer. A cartographer is a person who makes maps from France. Is the next one? His name is Sanson. He did another map of Africa, and I need to make sure everybody knows this. Your audience knows this too. On this second map that I just sent you, it was done by a Frenchman. So when I say French, around the time that this map was created, and I say the Dutch or the Netherlands, at the time period the other map was created, we are still in the Reformation era in history. That is where your Protestants began to separate from the Catholic Church, right? So you have France, the Huguenots, or they may call them the Huguenot. I'm not sure if they pronounce it Notch or not. They, along with the Dutch Boers, were practicing a religious form of Protestantism called Calvinism. Calvinism is where people as far away as France and as far away as the Netherlands are going all the way down across the globe to South Africa to camp there. And what they're attempting to do, which they won't tell us about in the media, is they're trying to steal the inheritance that God has left with the covenant in the Bible. That's why they're down there. What are those white people doing down there? They think that they can just come in. You know, they really have a real bad understanding of what God is. Now, can you imagine those people coming down there and setting up missionary works to the people in South Africa and trying to teach those people about God, and you're worshiping these people's God because these people believe that their God is going to excuse what he said in Hosea chapter, I think 4 and 6, where the Bible says God doesn't change. Well, they're saying God does change, and he's going to allow them to be partakers of the covenant. And they believe and view themselves as the chosen. This is why they're in somebody else's house fighting and killing each other because they don't want to give up the land that they're trying to steal from the people of the covenant who are sleeping,
And they still
even
believe
as we're
this.
talking today.
They still
Say it
believe
again.
that they are the chosen. There was an
Right.
Afrikaner, I don't know what to call him, preacher in recent years, a guy called Angus Buchanan. Look him up. I think he also did some movies about potatoes and something. But look him up. He was pushing a movement for the Afrikaners to take them back to that promise that they claim. This was their promised land given to God, and God had been with them so many years.
Right, right. I mean, so I was saying, can you imagine someone coming to your house and then somebody else coming to your house to fight them in your house. That's what the Anglo-Boer War was. Okay. Um, and they never talk about this on the news. They never say, oh, yeah, we're here because we believe we're the chosen people. Because if they say that, for all those people who are proponents of Israel being in the Levant, you find out something extremely disturbing. And so it's time we try to wake you up from that. In the
Okay,
Orange
Brother
Free.
Yishai, let us open the lines now. We already have someone waiting, wanting to engage with you. Let us also
Okay.
acknowledge Bantu Lady for the super chat of $20. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And we also appreciate all 205 of you who are joining us. Thank you very much for being here. We truly appreciate your presence. We only have 28 minutes left of this broadcast. Brother Ishai, I don't know if you have covered everything you need to cover, but we'll allow Kofi Ellis to come in. I hope we'll be able to hear him. And then I will
Okay.
go through maybe 3 or 4 questions or comments from the past broadcast we had together. Let us welcome Brother Kofi Ellis. Let me just bring him in here. And then we'll allow Brother Kofi. How are you?
I'm doing
Hello,
well,
my brother.
Brother Dinano. Can you
How
hear
are you
me?
doing today?
We can hear you, Brother
Yes,
Ishai.
we
Can you
can.
hear Kofi? Go ahead, Brother
Yes.
Kofi. Give us your comment or your question. Keep it short and
Oh,
straight
okay,
to the point.
okay. Oh, the phone. Okay. I just want to thank Brother Yishai for what he's doing, for taking time to do extensive research work. My issue with all that he has presented is more to do with um, him moving around. What he said two presentation ago is the same thing that he's saying. So he has
Oh man, I think he dropped his phone. I think he dropped his call because he's trying to move the screen. He'll come back. He'll come back. He's a regular here. And
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember him.
So Brother Ishai, on what he's saying, can you just give us new piece of information? Because I think what you have done so far is giving a background, explaining what you presented the last time. Where we stopped with our interview, you were in a place which you had identified with your intrinsic, extrinsic, and
Right, right,
imperative
right,
evidence, and you
right,
ended
right,
up
right.
on the southeastern side of Africa,
Of the continent.
which is
That's correct.
Mozambique. We know
Right.
now that also a region there called Gaza. I don't know if it
Yes,
somehow links to your presentation. I see now you've
yes,
gone a bit out of focus again. But anyway,
yes, yes,
take us there.
yes, yes. So very good. And so yeah, that's what I'm getting towards. And unfortunately, yeah, I'm trying to be as thorough as possible because I don't want anyone left behind with this information. So I'm making the point of showing you the maps where there are two Egypts on the map. The first Egypt is one where we think it is right now. That one is Latinized. It's called Egyptus. That is the Greco-Roman version of Egypt. However, the word Egypt comes from the Greek Egyptos, and the Boers on their maps and the French on their maps that I just showed you. I don't know if you showed the second map.
We haven't
Um,
showed the second map. I've got it open. Should we go into it?
yes, go into that.
Okay, we'll
And,
allow
and then I
Brother
want to make.
Coffee to stay in the background and as you explain this map.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Very good. Now, here's new information, Brother Kofi. We have um, Calvinism. Circle that word, look that word up. Let's understand what Calvinism is and how it relates to um, the Reformation movement. Okay. Um, you have the Huguenots and you have the Dutch coming down into Africa looking for Egypt. On both their maps, they have maintained the Greco-Roman location up in the northeastern part of Africa, and near, around, and below the equator, you'll see the word. There you go, right there. Just see where the equator is. Yeah, see right there, and you see how it's kind of going diagonally down towards the right.
Egypto. Yes, we see it here. Egypto.
Yes. So now so that's the Greek spelling of Egypt.
Provide
So they're
context,
saying
brother Yishai. Hold on. Provide context on this map. How far back does this map go? I'm trying to see
that
if
map.
we've got here.
Okay, the
1667. Is
first
that
map.
it? Is this the year
Say
it
it
came
again.
out? 1667? Could it be?
Let me see. It's 1667. Yes, that one is 1667, and the other one was about 5 years before that, and that was 1662. So that's right around the time when the Boers were really coming down to set up camp in South Africa, in Africa, the southern part of Africa.
Someone asked that we share this map, so that's what I'm doing. I've already shared the first one. I think we have pinned it. Now, this is the second map that we are sharing now. So we're just going to replace the pinned comment with this one so that you can also have access to this. Thank you, Brother Yishai, for bringing this forth. I see people already engaging and truly appreciating you sharing these with us so that people can do their own research. And we truly encourage that. We are not a pulpit here. We are not bringing people who cannot be challenged. We are all trying to learn from each other. Brother Yishai is bringing us valuable information. We are sharing it with you. We've linked it. You can check this map out. Carry on, Brother Yishai.
Okay, very good. All right. So, understand this. One of the reasons, now this is just a hypothesis, one of the reasons why the Boers and the Huguenots are positing that Egypt is now further south on the African continent is because they are not under the same curse that is written in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. Those of us who have problems understanding that, understand that the Gentiles are not under the same curse as the children of Jacob. Okay? But it's been in our face since all of us have been born. Why are these white people here in South Africa, where they don't belong down in South Africa? They belong in the Netherlands and in France. Why doesn't the media say, well, the reason they're there is because of religious reason? They won't do that. Why? Because, as I'm going back to toponyms and exonyms, and what I'm talking about is this. These Boers have named places such as Bethany, which is the house of bread, Bethlehem, Beersheba, in the same landscape based on their understanding of where biblical Egypt is. And I want to go even further than that. Their understanding of where Egypt is Hang on a minute. I lost my thought for just a second. They understand where biblical Egypt is, and they are anchoring their toponyms for these biblical locations based upon the anchoring of where they're putting Egypt now. Okay? They decided to put Egypt, their Egypt, deeper south into Africa, which is why I began to search with my clean room and find other places and alternatives as to where um, Egypt is. And the way I did that was by anchoring information in the scriptures. The information in the scripture means that Egypt is on a place that is bordering a sea or an ocean.
Okay, here's a question or a comment trying to dispute what you are saying. It says it's from Shisui Uchiha. These maps, hold on, where is it now? These maps from the 1600s are false because in the 1600s, no Europeans penetrated the Congo. So they had no idea of what was in the interior of Africa. Just guesswork.
Well, I would be eager to agree with you, but it was not just guesswork. Number one, the Egypt in the second map, 1667, is outside of the Congo. That's not the Congo. You're right. The Congo was an area that was not explored. They're still exploring the Congo, right? But this part, if you look at the place name for Egypt in the second map, you will see that it is outside of the Congo to the east and to the south of the equator. Look at that map. Now, on top of that, this map is not something that was just produced at a five and dime store. This is at the Yale University Archive Library, one of the highest learning institutions in the United States. That's where that map is located. But if you look at it, the Congo is going to be further to the west, near the Bight of Benin.
I am struggling to see Congo here.
Yeah, well, right where you have, well, where it says Ethiopia, right there where it says AETH,
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
right there, just above the
I
equator
see.
line. That's Ethiopia. So right where that AE is, that's where the Congo is, all the way up to about where that I is.
Okay, but they haven't written it, right?
No, right, no,
Oh,
not
okay.
that part, not that part of the map. No,
Yeah, because I
yeah, it
was
wasn't.
trying to
Yeah,
find the word and I can't see it. Okay.
right, yeah, no, you won't see the word Congo on that map because it wasn't called that at the time.
Okay, let's bring in brother. I don't know if Shisui would be happy with that response, but oh, brother Kofi has gone again. Okay, but now we invite you as you are listening to come through and engage brother Yishai. We will pin this on the pinned link. Let me edit again. This is our call-in link. We will pin it again so that you can come through and engage Brother Yishai on what he has to say. Carry on, Brother Yishai.
Okay. So let's see, where did I leave off? I left off with answering the guy's question about Egypt. So based upon me seeing where that Egypt was and identifying the scriptures in Exodus chapter 14, again, God has left us this roadmap about this land of Egypt. And so it is the land is Mizraim, is not Kemet. So we can just get rid of that Egypt altogether because we know that that cannot be the same as biblical Egypt according to the scriptures. Okay. But the maps that I have, and I'll give you the address to them. It's at raremaps.com.
I've already shared
That-
them and I had them linked.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, good. No. Well, so this is different maps.
Oh,
Not
okay,
not
okay.
the ones I sent you.
Oh,
This is
okay,
the new link.
okay,
This is probably one of the most interesting things. I'll send it to your email. I'm sorry.
okay. I
You
see
heard the
some
name.
people are disagreeing with Shisui Borokini Bemi. I'm struggling. Sorry for butchering your name. Shisui, you have no clue what you are talking about. You need to be quiet and take notes. Hey, sometimes we can be a bit harsh on each other. Let's practice patience and
Yes,
being
let's be
kind.
kind one to another.
Yeah, let's be kind to
Yeah,
each other.
right. Because we're all here for the same thing. Even those of us who are coming to this site who may be trolling this site, I believe that the Most High even has you here for a reason. So let's treat everybody with respect, so that we can all wake up together.
Yeah. Here's a question from Emmanuel Charles Boney. They are asking, let me read it out. It says, so what is the brother's conclusion? Is it that the boxers or the Boers are right in their allocation of the land of Canaan? I'm assuming, Emmanuel, you wanted to say Boers, but you let us know
Yeah,
in the chats if that is what you meant. Are the Boers correct in their location of the land of Canaan then? Yeah, he meant Boers.
so that brings me back, and Brother Kofi, you're hopefully you can appreciate this. Why I'm trying to establish where biblical Mizraim actually is. Because once you know where biblical Mizraim actually is, you too will find where Canaan is. And this is what the Boers have done. They have taken the Bible and they have put uh, the same clean room methodology that I'm using, hundreds of years before I was even thought of. They put it down and they were able to discover these biblical lands, and they assigned names based upon the intrinsic biblical evidence. And they assigned these names long before they assigned many of the names that are in the Levant right now. However, now we're back at Revelation chapter 12, verse 9, where the Bible says the devil has fooled the whole world. The world doesn't even know that there's a Bethlehem, a Beersheba, or a Bethany that is in South Africa. And that is why we have white people farming this land. That's good land. The land is so good, they are able to have harvest as many times as 3 times a year.
Okay, Brother Yishai, we've got a new caller. So let's acknowledge Lataniel. Hold on, let me just add him here as our caller and then we'll allow him to engage with you just now. Okay, let's go, Brother Lataniel. You are live. Do you have a comment
How you
or a
doing today, brother?
question? We're good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you all are doing?
Good, good.
I'm
Where are
doing
you
well.
calling us from?
I'm from calling from the United States, St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
St.
Welcome,
Louis,
brother.
okay. Yeah, I have family in St. Louis.
Let me add
Okay,
the two
yeah,
of you
then
so that the two of you can communicate and engage each other here. Go ahead, brother. Give us your question or
yeah,
comment.
yeah. I just had a comment, not to just your guests, but just all the guests that you've been bringing on, and I think I want to allude to one of the persons was saying about you don't know what you're talking about. And the issue that I personally have with that is that for so long we've been allowing ourselves to listen to people outside, and we don't want to give ourselves enough, you know what I'm saying, space to be able to speak our piece, right?
Right.
If nothing else, we have to understand that we're in a time and space where knowledge has truly increased. So therefore, we have the opportunity to scrutinize the things from the past. I remember
Right.
my pastor said this a long time ago. For those who are put in the position of conquering, have the
Yes.
ability to be able to change information.
Yes.
And yes, when you have, you know, individuals like yourself and the runs and so on and so forth that you bring on, yes, it can sound a little bit convoluted, kind of confusing because we've been fed a narrative for so long.
Right.
So when you've been fed a narrative for so long, you tend to lose the ability to think for yourself. And
Right.
that can be a little
Right.
uncomfortable. And I never want to be the type of person to sit there and hide behind, you know, the keyboard. Just don't, like, if anything, if you're going to call somebody out, have the courage for you to put yourself out there so people can see you. But you know,
Yes.
that's a whole nother conversation for another day. So I just want to say to you, I thank you, Brother Dinano, for this because it has given me the opportunity to think outside the box and see things differently, and to understand that there's a wealth of knowledge and information that we have to be, you know, critical to want to look at and have the courage to want to look at. And no, none of us are going to have all the answers. None of us will.
Right. Right.
But it doesn't stop us from having a desire to want to go and seek it, you know. And one
Right.
of the things
Right.
that I preach about the creator and I'm gonna fall back is when it says, you know, come and learn of my ways, right? And
Right.
seek and seek approval, right? So
Right.
it's open for all of us to be able to get an understanding, so on and so forth. And it doesn't matter who you bring on; none of us will have all the answers. But the one thing we do know is that we have been absolutely fed alive over the time and space that we've been in.
Right.
And I'm
Right.
so grateful for us people that look like us. You'll open up this platform for us to be able to speak our piece because we
Right.
surely accept that other information that comes sometimes without no question. But when it
Right.
comes from us, that's how, for me personally, you know this thing is spiritual. Because
That's right.
otherwise, why would it be attacked in the way that it's being attacked? So I
That's
just
right.
appreciate it.
That's right.
And I'm just a follower. And I thank you for your time and patience, my brothers.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
You ain't
brother.
you ain't nothing but wisdom.
Thank you, Brother Latanya. We appreciate you. It's the first time we've seen you here. We truly appreciate your presence. Let's bring in Brother Kofi. We'll take you out now. Brother Kofi, let's bring you in and keep it short. You're now blacked your screen, but we know who you are, so we'll make an exception for you. Say what you need to say, Brother Kofi.
Please, can you hear me?
We can hear you,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Carry on.
Beautiful. Yes, what I was trying to say is that um, even though it is good that we think outside the box and we try to bring new evidence on board, we ought to be careful how we uh, assert our authority on the kind of information that we have received. The issue is that um, when you the map that he's using, okay, it is based on the meaning of the Greeks. When the Greek refer to Egypto, who is the person is referring to? Okay, so when you see, and the same thing that you could see that in the same map that he's shown, West Coast is called Ethiopia, but we all know that Ethiopia is not in the west of Africa. Okay, and he talks about 1948 Israel. Maybe he is talking about different Israel 1948, but the Israel that we know that is written in the Bible was established around 13th century BC, and there has been consistent. People have lived around. Culture has evolved all the way up to today. There are more empirical evidence, archaeological evidence. You can't use maps just to say that, hey, this is the place. But there should be excavation. People living there should be able to testify that, hey, yes, this is true. You use the word Negev. You spoke English, but you use the word Negev. Negev is in Hebrew. Okay, so if you are using Hebrew understanding, interpreting English understanding, interpreting Hebrew, you will mistake it because there's a Hebrew word in that is referring to the north, the south, east, and west.
Okay.
But within that, and let me also come in here again.
Last point, Brother Coffee. We are only left with 3 minutes and we'll end the
Okay,
broadcast.
so
So
our
you have to say what you're saying in 20 seconds now. I am timing you.
okay, all right. Jeremiah 16:19 says that our we have inherited lies from our fathers. If we have inherited lies from our fathers, then we are not going to wait for our generation also to lie to us, give us a different thing. Because all that he's saying, you look, go to the indigenous people and ask them, those who have been there on the land for thousands of years, not 1945 or 1948.
Okay. Let's
So
allow
if he is
brother.
not doing,
Let's allow Brother Yishai.
Okay.
Your 20 seconds is over. You're actually
All
at
right.
30 now.
All right.
Let's allow Brother
Thank
Yishai to respond. We give you a minute, Brother
Yeah,
Yishai, and then
I hate
you.
that we don't have more time because I really want to engage with you. First of all, I I am moved by your passion, and I have to tell you that I'm just as passionate as you are. And I've had to die a death. I had to die a death of ego because when I was a kid, my mother told me that there was a Santa Claus, and it devastated me to learn that that was just an invention. Um, we have been lied to on so many levels and tricked on so many levels. We first have to admit to ourselves that we are not above being fooled. And I say that because whenever you start talking about DNA and what's the other thing you said? What they do the artifacts? What do they do the digging?
Archaeological evidence.
The archaeological evidence. When you go and do the forensic study and find out why they are naming certain things, is because they're doing the study out of sequence. Well, I call it the Christopher Columbus fallacy, where Christopher Columbus believed he was going to India. However, he was thrown in the wrong current and he ended up in the New World. However, because he believed he was in India, the native peoples of the United States were called Indian. So if they went and did DNA tests on these people during that time, they would say, "Oh, this is the DNA of the Indians." But the problem was Christopher Columbus was never in India to begin with. This is true with our archaeological findings and our DNA results. What has happened is we have allowed someone to use an exonym to define a biblical location, all right? And then once they did that, they went and did the digs, archaeological digs, and the DNA testing of people in the area where they believed and where they assigned the location of a place, and tell us these people must be Egyptian because we've done the test, we've done the archaeological test. What you're saying is true, but it has to follow the procedures of number one, the intrinsic evidence. Not what people in the land are saying. You can fool people in a land over time. You can tell somebody who's from Israel that they're born in Israel, and they will believe that that is Israel. But if you go back and look at the text in the Bible that's describing what Israel is, or what Egypt is, or what Sodom and Gomorrah is, or what the Jordan is, if you read the intrinsic evidence, you can begin to falsify that which you believe is true. And that's what my last lesson was for last week. That we went on and on. What I was trying to do, give you the ability to falsify um, different assertions that have been made throughout history.
Okay.
And
Here's a
so,
suggestion. Here's a suggestion. Because we
yes,
are over the allocated time, I want to practice discipline. We had said this is going to be 90 minutes. We're not going to go over that. Brother Coffee, Brother Yishai, let us come back to this next week. Should we do it Friday or Sunday? And then the two of you can get into it. Maybe Brother Yishai will just allow you to finish off your presentation in 20 minutes. And
All
then
right, Sunday
you,
will be better.
Brother Coffee, you will come in, and then the two of you will discuss it. I don't want to say argue it out. We'll discuss it. We can
yeah, we're reasoning together.
organize. Yeah, we can organize how we will approach it, and then we'll go about that either Friday or Sunday. We'll have to decide, and then we'll let our people know. Let's acknowledge this super chat from Supermodel Society TV, whose interview is also coming soon on this channel towards the end of the month, early December. She is saying, again, excellent research, bro, referring to you, Brother Ishai. And then they ask a question. Have you seen the 1630 Velem Janzun blue map, Afrique Nova Descriptor? On there, off the coast of Mozambique, is Baicos dos Ludia. In brackets, she says,
Yes.
which is old Portuguese for showers. Just explain that to us, and then we'll deliberate and agree on us coming back. Brother Isha, you have to finish off your presentation,
Yes, yes.
and then we'll then reason together, as you say.
Oh, okay, I'm going to say it really fast. So when I was talking about the first time about the four heads, which they call rivers, and I tell you those are actually currents. One of the currents is is now the Mozambique Channel, which is which runs between Madagascar and Mozambique. In this channel, there's a real shallow part which kind of um, lets you know who was down in that part of Africa. The word is Judea, Iudia, which translates to Judea, as you know it, right by Mozambique, right by the Sea of Reeds, where I was telling you where Egypt actually was. It's been, and it's on these maps. As soon as she says it's 1630, it's also, I've seen that term as late as probably the 1800s. Now that you won't be able to find it on any maps after the 1800s because they started to change the narrative. But yes, Judea is right in that area where I'm saying that's where biblical Egypt is. And if you look at that area, the low-lying coastal region, it fits perfectly to what the Bible is calling biblical Mizraim. Yes,
Would
but yeah, that's called Judea.
Would you agree with what Abantu lady is saying? I think you would, but let me not speak for you. They have also hidden the places in the land in national parks.
One of the biggest clues we have about what is going on with our biblical land, biblical understanding, is to find out every time we get the notion. Well, I'm sorry, when I'm doing this clean room methodology to find out where these lands are, there's no architect, no I don't know why I keep missing the word, archaeological digs in these places, no DNA samples from these places because they have turned these places into national parks and national reserves. For example, the Mozambique, there's a national reserve there. It's called the Gorongaso National Park. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it's protected. So we can't go there and excavate and get the information and do the digging that we want. So we're left like Brother Kofi is thinking, hey, well, they have evidence, but the evidence is of the wrong places. So yes,
Okay.
but yes, that's a pattern.
Brother
You want to
Kofi?
find biblical lands, look for the reservations.
Okay. Let's agree, gentlemen. When are we doing a follow-up? But we'll allow Brother Yishai to finish off whatever he need to finish off on. And Brother Kofi will come in to reason with him on these matters. Friday? How's this Friday? Or would you prefer Sunday?
Sunday will be better for me.
Brother Yishai?
Yeah, I'll do. I'll do it. I'll meet when my brother meets.
This time, right? Brother Kofi, you
Yes.
have to reach out. I don't know if you're gonna see the live chat here, but I'm dropping my email here so that you can send me your email and then we'll deliberate together with Brother
Right.
Yishai. Thank you,
Yeah.
That
everyone.
would be great.
Send him. Yeah, send him my email too, so he can contact me offline. Because yeah, we could. I would love to talk to him. Between now and then. And so when we're together on Sunday, we have some real good information together that we can both consider. So we don't catch each other off blindly. And the goal is to make each other right as much as
Yeah,
possible,
yeah, yeah.
as much as the scriptures will allow.
Yeah, it's not a sparring match. Let's edify each other. Brother
Right.
Kofi, can you see the private chat there?
Hold on.
While you're trying to check it
Uh,
out, let us appreciate the super chats that we got today. From Abantu Lady, super chat of $20. Thank you very much. And Supermodel Society also a super chat of $19.99. Let's acknowledge everyone that has been with us on the chats. We see all of you. We acknowledge all of you. We appreciate your engagement. And at our peak, I think we had about 250 people watching. We truly appreciate you. Brother Yishai Hofer, thank you for your time, and send our greetings to the family, and also tell them how much you appreciate them for availing you for this platform. Brother Kofi, you're gonna have to find the email on the about section of the channel. You can reach out there, and then we'll be in touch. We'll organize. We are back next week, Sunday, same time. Here in South Africa, we will start at 5 p.m. And if you are elsewhere, you will have to check how far your timeline is from South Africa. I know the Eastern time of the United States is about 7 hours behind with this daylight saving. We don't have that in Africa. I don't know what that thing is about, but yeah, as Africans, we don't adhere to that daylight savings. I don't even know what it's about. Brother Ishai, what is it about?
It had to do with World War II, them trying to reserve energy, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
So
nonsensical
it's
stuff.
something crazy like that they needed to stop, but they haven't stopped doing it yet.
It's nonsensical. If it happened then, they were trying to save energy then. I mean, we're now in 2025. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This is where we end it. It has been a good one. May God bless you and continue to shower you with his blessings. We are getting positive feedback. Brother Ishai, Jay Thompson says, excellent show. Abantu Lady says, good work. Thank you, everyone. This is where we ended. Thank you, Brother Kofi. I appreciate you always coming in. Have a good evening, everyone. Shalom.
Bye now.